INFJ versus Sigma INFJ, two sides of a rarity. Not all INFJs are Sigma INFJs. And not all Sigmas carry the emotional complexity of an INFJ. But when the two overlap, when the rarest personality type merges with the rarest social archetype, something powerful is born. This video isn't about deciding which is better. It's about honoring both the deeply intuitive INFJ and the sovereign Sigma INFJ, while revealing the distinctions that separate their paths. Because understanding the difference can be the moment someone finally recognizes who they really are. Part 1. The shared core. Before we separate them, let's acknowledge what the two have in common. Both INFJs and Sigma INFJs are introverted and introspective, often thriving in solitude. Deeply intuitive, with an uncanny ability to read between the lines. Empathetic, but not in the way most people assume. They feel deeply, but they also observe from a distance. Idealistic, often seeing what could be instead of what is. Purpose-driven, craving meaning in every interaction and relationship. They both carry emotional depth, creative energy, and an inner world so rich it can't easily be put into words. But this is where the road splits. Part 2. The INFJ's inner compass. A typical INFJ often seeks harmony, not because they're afraid of conflict, but because they value inner and outer alignment. They want to be understood. They want to connect. They long to find their place in the world, and they're willing to adapt if it brings them closer to that sense of belonging. INFJs are often mistaken for extroverts. They know how to make others feel seen. They use language with precision. And they're often the emotional anchors in relationships, the ones who listen without judgment, who care without calculation. But this desire for connection can also be their Achilles heel. They may stay too long. Explain too much. Shrink their intensity to avoid being misunderstood. They don't lose themselves easily, but when they do, it's often in the name of love or loyalty. Part 3. The Sigma INFJ's inner citadel. The Sigma INFJ, on the other hand, does not seek belonging, they seek alignment with self. They are not rebels for attention, but they will not follow out of obligation. They care deeply, but their boundaries are non-negotiable. They will love with intensity, but they will walk away without warning if their core values are violated. What sets the Sigma INFJ apart is not just independence, it's sovereignty. They don't adapt to fit environments. They build environments that fit their vision. Their silence is not always gentle. Their gaze is not always soft. And their kindness doesn't come with open doors, it comes with discernment. They are INFJ in cognition, but Sigma in stance. Part 4. Social energy, harmony versus detachment. INFJs are often social chameleons. They know how to blend in, how to comfort others, how to make space. They can feel drained after socializing, but still value meaningful conversation. They often maintain small circles. They want to be close to others, even if just a select few. Sigma INFJs do not blend. They disappear. They don't bend to make others comfortable. They don't translate their thoughts to be more digestible. They don't explain their silence. While INFJs want to be understood, Sigma INFJs are indifferent to being misunderstood. Not out of coldness, but because being true to themselves matters more than being liked. Part 5. Empathy, nurturing vs strategic. Both types are empathic. But how that empathy shows up is different. INFJs tend to nurture. They step into others' shoes, often to the point of self-sacrifice. They'll carry someone's pain just to lighten their load. Sigma INFJs feel just as much, but they rarely carry what isn't theirs. Their empathy is refined, almost surgical. They'll witness someone's pain with full presence, but they will not let it drown them. They offer insight, not enmeshment. They offer presence, not rescue. One offers comfort. The other offers clarity. Part 6. Expression, filtered vs raw. INFJs often communicate with care. They think before they speak. They soften hard truths. They want their message to land without hurting anyone on the way down. Sigma INFJs also think before they speak, but they don't filter for comfort. They'll say exactly what needs to be said and let the silence settle afterward. They're not harsh, just precise. They don't enjoy confrontation, but they also don't fear the rupture that truth can cause. To them, clarity is more compassionate than cushioning. Part 7. Evolution, acceptance versus departure. INFJs often grow by learning to accept themselves, shedding guilt, embracing their needs, and learning to say no. Their journey is one of coming home to their truth. Sigma INFJs often grow by walking away. Their evolution happens through departures from systems, relationships, even identities they've outgrown. They don't fight to fit, they detach to rise. Where the INFJ peels back layers to reconnect. The Sigma INFJ burns bridges to rebuild. One returns to self. The other becomes self. Conclusion, a rare mirror. The INFJ is a mirror for those around them, soft, compassionate, transformative. The Sigma INFJ is a mirror for the unseen self, intense, disruptive, clarifying. Both are rare. Both are powerful. Both walk through the world misunderstood, but for different reasons. And while their paths may diverge, they're rooted in the same soil. Truth. Depth. And a refusal to live on the surface. So whether you resonate with the INFJ's gentle depth, or the Sigma INFJ's sovereign silence, know this: your strength lies not in how you're labeled, but in how deeply you've chosen to live.